What's up? Give me sound check. Sound check. What's up, guys? Where we at? Let me check it. How we doing? We balanced? Everything sound alright? What's up, Kai? What's going on? How we doing, man? Everything balanced out good? You guys can hear me good? I gotta find... I'm gonna get down to that sweet spot, bro. Let me get this flipped over. Good. Let me see over here real quick. Alright, I'm just trying to get myself set up here, guys. We're just trying to get right. That's all. Just trying to get it right. Wait for some people to join before I kick it off. Figured I'd give you all some time to get alerted, though. Where's my sound dudes at? Where's my sound guys at? Let's see. How you guys doing? How we starting Saturday off? Alright, hold up a second real quick. I'm gonna check something and make sure the shit's right. I don't know if I'm bugging or not, but that sounded mad loud on my phone. So we had to tweak that a little bit. Yeah, we had to tweak it because that was a little crazy loud. Shit, my phone sounded like an EDM concert, man, when I loaded that shit up. Anyway. How's everybody doing, man? Check in. Let's all check in. What's up? We're going to be discussing Monday. Very crazy good setup for Monday, guys. It's looking very, very good. I'm gonna talk about everything, especially AMC setup. The AMC setup looks actually crazy. Looks very, very good. Everything sound okay, Rooster? He says, yeah. I think he says we're good. Let's get a check for the double time real quick. Alright. That's all I care about, as long as everything sounds alright. Bounce, you guys can hear me. Maybe I'll turn this bitch down a little bit more. I think that sounds alright. Where's our people at? Let's scroll out real quick and get this baby set up. All right, we got our people joining now. Awesome. Guys, if you just popped in, we're just starting off, man. We're working out everything. Gonna be talking about AMC. Massive Monday. Could see the impulse move pop off Monday. Not gonna lie, not gonna overly hype it, but it looks super good. Definitely could see these things start popping off. So we're going to talk about all this stuff. We're going to talk about all the core plays, and then anything that you guys want to go over, just drop it down in the chat. We can go over some other stuff too, even if it's not related. I don't care. But we're going to go through our main list first, okay? And let me really quickly share this real quick. The link, yeah. Let me pop this on my X real quick. Get some people in here too. Go with that. There we go. All right. I think we're starting to get ourselves right here. That looks good. All right, let's see what we're working with here. Let's go through some of my get a little pre-prep here to see what I'm working with. 50 RSI. Holy shit, guys. What are we seeing here? Could get very wild that the RSI back here went up to about the same level as before, and here very weird. Around there. You know what's weird is that the RSI like went up that hard, but like when you see the price action over here, it really wasn't all that. I mean, I get it. It went up to 350, but like it's really nothing. Very weird. Like look at that. Like okay, so it's like I mean, I guess it really started here. But still from 238, like that caused that much, well, whoops, to here, I mean. Like that little move up there caused the RSI to go up that crazy? Weird. So we're looking like we might be seeing the same setup here like that. Wow, man, this shit looks extremely similar, guys. Very, very similar for the build up here. I would if I was gonna give a timetable on this thing, like maximum, what are we looking at here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Dude, this is like setting up almost, okay, maximum. If we don't somehow get an impulsive move, guys, up on Monday, like, what's up, Kyle? If we don't get the move Monday, and it's like literally going to play out this stagnation for like a week more, maybe 2 weeks. What's up, Captain Unit? We got Captain June 15, man. What's up? Yeah, I'm saying, guys, like, if you see the way that this RSI for AMC is lining up, like, you got your oversold condition. I know this is not as deep as over here, but even just looking at RSI on this thing, like, you got right up to about the same level, 50, and you had a little bit of sideways action before you get this out of nowhere. I've been trying to tell you guys on the channel that, like, yes, you might get a little bit of baby steps, but then out of nowhere, boom, you're just going to get this giant move. So again, like, you see how this was playing out in here, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere you get that big move. Very similar to what's going on now. Very, very similar to what's going on now. Although I do believe, like, we're pretty much like any minute, any second, right? Even when you compare this to the previous cycles, guys, AMC and GME, you know, even though we're not, you know, covering GME, they're still in the same boat, you know what I mean? So both of them really are really at any point in time. You just got to be ready for any minute, you know what I'm saying? Like, come Sunday night trading, right? If things are kind of stagnant, you go, okay, maybe we're not like there yet. Maybe get a couple percentage, you know, gains or something like that. But then you got to peep the pre-market early, because usually it's going to be pre-market, after hours, maybe night trading. I think night trading, though, has restrictions on it. I think the night trading session, I wouldn't expect it, guys, to be like super crazy. I think it caps off like to a certain degree, like how far you can run up. So really your pre-market and your after hours is going to be where this thing really starts setting it up. And, you know, you got a couple things to compare to, which is nice, but also can make it a bit confusing. Like, I've been telling you guys, I think we could at least get something like this to happen again with this impulse move up. But your only stair step slash build up to this squeeze move would be like how you got it in either January or June. January, I believe it was like, what, guys? It was like 7 days, I think it built up. It was really, yeah, look at this. So, I mean, I guess you could say 2 weeks for January if you want to call the bottom from here, 115 to, yeah, 2 weeks. It took 2 weeks basically for this to peak out from the bottom of when it started its run up in January. And then, guys, the same thing in June basically, right? Guess if you started here, yeah, if you started here on the week, this is the weekly, 514. There you go. About 2 weeks-ish. Get to the top here. And really, it's these two candles right here that are massive squeeze candles. These are like the setup candles for it. But really, like, once you got here, it was 2 weeks. Basically. In this range. So you could get a 10 to 14 day. It'd be like what? Yeah, it'd be like 10 days. 10 trading days, essentially. So if you're not going to get the crazy move all in one sitting, then yeah, you're probably looking around 10 trading days of like, I wouldn't even say steady gains, but just like price action, like heavy to the upside. And I think inside these weekly candles, you had like 20% days, 30% days. I think we even had an 80% day to finish off the move. I think we were somewhere like right here, and we got an 80% day move in it. You know, this was actually $72 at the time, but that's pretty much what you're looking at for this thing. Is those are your two scenarios, guys. And it's nice because we have a pre-split sort of algorithm sequence that we could look at. Or we can look at the post-split pattern, which is very violent to the upside. Like the post-split is almost worse than the pre-split run-ups, because it's just 2 days and you're running like 400%. So that one's a little more crazy because you got to be ready. Like after day one, you really got to be on your toes for day two, because that thing could just really ramp up and then come down, depending on the situation. If we don't just get a crazy melt up that continues until God knows when it stops. But like I said in the video yesterday, I like how we ended the week up here. Right? I like how we ended this. Like I said, we're in this V-shape now pattern, and you have this thing sitting right here on the all-time low trend line. Okay, from back here. And I left this thing pretty much alone now. And I told you I wanted to get back above it, because wherever we broke down, like we came down to it, thought we were going to get maybe the double bottom, and then we got our little spring. Like this is what you can basically call our spring right here, guys. And everyone's like, what the hell? That's a spring? 40-cent drop is a spring for AMC at this point. That's how bad they have brought this thing down. Is that, like, guys, 40 cents is a spring, whereas something like, and even, well, let's be real, across the board on everything that we're covering, the springs are not going to be big. Like I told you guys, I'm like, I don't expect us to like spring down to $1 or something crazy, $1.30. That would be nuts. That would be absolutely crazy. And honestly, fine, I would buy the shit out of that dip. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's just me. But the spring moves are just going to look very minimal, because again, these are all down like 90% plus. And so like, that's how I knew this real, this market crash everybody's talking about was not legit, because I just don't see how you could really crash this thing out when these are all still down. And honestly, even with the price action to the downside, like I told you guys in the previous videos, like we didn't really get affected at all. Like, yeah, did we come down? It was really just giving us an opportunity to buy dips. You know what I mean? So now if you go over to, let's see, now looking at the mid to large caps, okay. All right. This right here, you know, coming from what? 116. Look at this. This is what I'm trying to tell you guys. You go 115 down to 76 bucks. That's a crazy move. That's pretty significant. What are we talking? 40% drop, guys? You were not going to get a 40% drop on AMC or GME or Rivian or NIO or Unity or Dogecoin. You weren't going to get that on those. This to me was like more so an attack on the mid-cap stocks. And even looking at the all-time high for like something like AMD, 174 all the way down to 76. So, I mean, if you're in a true like bear market, like steady sell-off, like that 27% meltdown over like 3-4 months, then what the hell is going to happen to AMD? Right? You don't expect that to just recover during a decline or like a bear market, right? Like, does this go all the way back down to like $30 or something? Like $50? Like, where's this going back here in a market like that? This was like a COVID style move, in my opinion. Rooster says, no joke, there's a fox outside my window right now. What is going on? She got 5 babies. That is a crazy, eerie sign. Yeah, crazy. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, if we go back through these guys real quick, like again, shit, Carvana could be still playing this up, but I don't give a shit. I'm not really covering this. I was just trying to scheme up what may be happening here. Like looking at this Carvana situation, 292, and it dropped, popped, really dropped all the way down to 149. Again, huge drop off from there. And this was like recent. This is back in the end of February. So, you know, that's where you saw a lot of the market craziness drop. We were actually pretty much chilling at that point, right? Like I wasn't bugging out about some of these drops. Like I already told y'all. I told you guys that like something like Dogecoin even it drops about 60 to 67% from its peaks when it has its finishing top move for its run up, and then it will either sideways trade at that level or it will again start to pop again. It'll start to go for the next run. And I said every run was doubling since basically 2023 of December, guys. What is this, 2023 to 2024? What are these, like 6 months apart? Holy shit, they are. Wow. Anyways, yeah, I mean, this has been it right here. It's like, I did not expect this. Like, after this all dropped and came down, guys, I bought right about in here, in this area for Doge. And like, yeah, you got a little drop below that, but like, you're at the end of this pretty much. That's the spring for Doge right there. Let's zoom in so y'all can see better. Like, when this came down in this area is where I bought. I think it was up like 100 or 200 bucks or something like that at this point. But I said, I'm not about to just like sell out and then try to keep, you know, jumping back in or whatever. You know, I'm more so looking at the macro move of this whole thing. So I'm staying grounded in it. You know what I mean? But yeah, it did get a little spring down below that buy-in point. Right? And that's all they could do. Like, so that level was, what, 14 cents? They took it down 1 cent. Like, okay. You're feeling a lot different if you were holding like Doge here or buying here or something like that. Like, people that seen this and then it came back up and they started buying in here, like, or even at any of these levels really right in here. But that's why when you look at things, I waited because I was like, wait a minute, this has been going down like every single time, 67%, 67. And it was already down like, I don't even know, when I started really watching, it was down in here. And you see the levels down here. It's like, you know what I mean? Where's it going? There's no reason to really, in my eyes, buy any asset like this when it's like doing the same pattern. You know what I mean? Because when you look over here, this is just sort of a melt up. So there's not a lot of breathing room in here. There's not really a lot of support in here to stop you. So, like, you almost have to assume it's coming down here. And sure enough, that's where it dropped. So, all these guys that we were in, like, I actually called the Nike thing, like, months ago. I was like, you know, Nike looks like it's going to come down to its COVID level. Look at this shit. I actually left it here. I said potential retest right here. You know? It was very stubborn to get there at $56. But again, you know, this stuff, guys, it's kind of mind-boggling how they know. They can see all of your orders. They can see all of your stop losses. They can see everything under the hood. And I find it very, very funny how this thing sprang through that level. This is a major level. On a technical side of things, guys, they know this. I don't know, like, people could have had stop losses here set, and they could have just wicked this just right through just to take all that out of there. But like Nike, I saw this coming way back. I was like, damn. And especially once you see the pattern playing out, we can get rid of this. I mean, this is pretty much head and shoulders shit. Especially once you see it playing out like this. Like, and I'm looking over, I'm like, where's this going? There's only so many levels. Like, it broke this. It was like right here, I think. I was like, yeah, so what are you coming down here? 61, I already came down to that. And you got the massive waterfall. So like, all of these plays got hit bad. 170 top for Nike down to 52. What is this, down 75%? Nike's down 75% right now. And they pay a dividend. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of the small cap stuff that we're in, though, what else got smashed? Like, obviously, Nvidia is like so strong that like, I can get rid of this. And that shit still might play out though. You might still get the head and shoulders on that. But seeing like, even a situation like this, like, Nvidia is one of the ones too, you got to be very careful. Like, some of these are so blown up and inflated. Like, guys, they've had a crazy melt up over the last year or two. Like, something like Nvidia, just look at this, 2022. you're going what, 10x, 12x, 15x or something in the last couple of years, and then really right here, what, $31, which was the equivalent of 300. You know, tripling. This thing's been on a tear. So yeah, I expect some of those to get smacked around. We even talked about the old Robinhood. Get rid of these patterns in here. 66 came all the way down to, what do we get, $29, dude. 50% drop on Robinhood. More than that, more than 50% drop on all the large cap, mid cap stuff. But then we go back into our stuff on the core shit, and then again, while they were all getting smacked, guys, by 50%, like, what do we get? This 318 down to 245. It doesn't even matter at this point. Like, come down 10%, 20%, doesn't matter for us. Like, we already know that we're bottomed, essentially. It wasn't like they were taking it down to 50 cents. Like, that would be crazy if they did that during that whole fiasco, that whole tariff situation. But anyways, let's look at some of the indicators on that. We looked at the RSI. MACD is now flipping over the signal line. That is huge. This is a good thing. I've been waiting to see this again cross back over like it did here, and you get this pocket of green price action. So we want to really see this thing turn up now. You really want to see it do exactly what it did over here. For the MACD line just shot up over the freaking volume bar. Like, that's what we want to see for AMC for this next impulse move. But I'm telling you guys, with everything that's going on with this news right now, everything's very on a bullish trajectory now. Like, there's, in my eyes, no way that they're really going to sit here and then you're going to have all this major fake out stuff going on, spring-like actions, okay? If you read Wyckoff, all these springs were happening across the board with the market. Everything got hugely discounted. And it's still not recovered yet, guys. It's not like everything fully recovered, okay, from where it was. So it would make no sense if they really crash this thing down. What are you coming down another, another 40, 50, 60% on a true crash out? It would be nuts. You're scraping everything up for pennies. And these companies pay dividends, mind you. And you're getting them on an extreme discount. I just find it to be too silly for something like that to be happening. But anyways, going back into AMC, MACD looked good. EMA-wise, guys, this looks... I understand people are like pissed off and still frustrated about this whole thing, but like, this looks better than ever at this point. Rooster says, when will AA screw us again? What price? He's in here chilling. I got the mod chilling. No, that's a good point though. Like, and this is why I told people, when you're in pre-market, guys, and after hours, you got to be on your shit, because you don't know what kind of announcement's going to drop, what they're going to say. They're going to do another dilution. You just got to be ready to make your move and take advantage of the situation before you get taken advantage of, okay? And again, the nice thing about this move, guys, is like, I don't expect a slow stair step. This is going to happen fast. So with the speed of the price action on our side, that helps us because it won't even give management too much time to work with in a situation like that, as we've seen before. Like, when it starts popping off, like, you know what I mean? It takes a little bit to kind of catch up to that. So I'm hoping that this thing starts really melting faces off in a pre-market situation. But going back to what I was saying with the EMA positioning, this is the best AMC has looked ever in terms of where they're positioned. Telling you right now, the best it's ever looked. My guy John Vincent is back. He says, hello all. Rooster says the Euro market will let us know before we open for sure. Yeah. And like I said too, crypto's starting to really kind of move up a little bit right now. We're starting to see Doge attack, the next level. John Vincent says I'm a little late coming in. It's all good, man. You just came in at the right time. We are just kind of going over AMC first anyway, so probably perfect timing for you, to be honest. I was kind of bullshitting a little bit in the beginning anyway, just trying to get myself set up. But anyways, yes, guys, the EMA positioning, like looking at these bands, you've not seen us in a position like this. And this is why I'm like, I'm a little kind of like 50-50 on a lot of these scenarios. Like, I'm giving you guys everything that's the potential possibility that could happen. But I'm telling you, the reason I get so iffy with this, because it could get scary good. I mean, because everything is right here. All your technical shit is right here, ready to explode. And there's not much to stop you, right? At all. Like, we go back to the previous move I've been telling you guys in the videos. This was utter weakness back here. It looked like a great move on paper. But this is utter weakness right here with the EMA lines this gapped. And you got this. I'm just telling you, man. Let's just play it out like this. If they... And the market makers, let's say they're going to run this thing up like a January, June style move. Okay? Like, let's forget about this right now. Because I'm telling you right now, if you got this, guys, if you got this move in a 2-day period, let's say this Monday, and Monday looks damn good. Damn good. With the news coming out over the weekend, everything's starting to shift now. All of a sudden, the news sentiment, we went from fucking Black Monday crash, worst in 2008, to like the bullish we've ever been in society. It's just, this is what I've been trying to tell people in my videos, okay? Like, when you, okay, we last Saturday, we watched the Peter Tucci guy, whatever the fuck his name is. The guy who looks like Einstein. He's on Wall Street. He's on the market floor. He's like a 13-year veteran. This guy was screaming, crying. There's blood in the streets. Super emotional, by the way. And it's like 80 years old. He's been in the market for God knows how long. And just over-the-top dramatics, okay? I think this shit is just one big reality TV show. A bunch of actors just playing a role, using their status to shift the sentiment. Okay, for the masses. Because it's crazy how in a week, not even, within a 3 to 4 day period, now all of a sudden, now we're super bullish. Now all of a sudden he paused the tariffs for 90 days. We're going to look at it again. This was just a big setup, man. Everybody's just playing a role. And I sound like a crazy conspiracy tinfoil hat wearing motherfucker when I say that. But I'm telling you guys, look at it. Just go back. Look at it. Look at the setup. Right, look at everything that was thrown at you. So, in my eyes, if we get any move like this, it's going to be freaky because you're past all your resistance, guys. Like, what's going to stop you, really? Unless there's going to be company news or something like that, that could potentially be the reason, quote-unquote, why you pull back, to keep it in control, quote-unquote, again. Like, that's the only thing that I could see, right? Maybe. But at this point, you get this, guys, you're going to be far above these. And, like, I think you would just keep going. And I know that sounds nuts, but, like, here's the difference. Let me bring you back. Let me bring you back to the situation, and this is why. This is going to be nuts. I'm going to bring you to a very crazy case scenario. When you got the melt up in January right here, guys, let's zoom in on this baby real quick. When you got this melt up here, look at how you came down. Look at the way you came down for AMC leading up into the January 2021 squeeze. It was very nice and easy. Like, yes, you kept getting your head smacked in to the downside, but it was very steady along the way. Just very easy progression. There was no abrupt sell-off, guys. There was no abrupt sell-off for AMC going into January 2021. Okay? You didn't get a fucking waterfall like this. Okay? So why I find this interesting is, and where you're like, what the hell does that even mean? Why does this matter? Okay, when you have moves like this, very steady, nothing drastic, right? You still got a drastic move to the upside, even with these levels right here. Like, AMC could have took a stop here. It could have took a stop here. It could have took a stop here, right? It only stopped right here, guys. This is where the move pretty much peaked out. Where's my drawing at? Get the drawing tool out. Right here. This is where it all pretty much finally reversed course. Right here. This level. Chuck Blackmore, here goes. AA wasn't diluting it to the depths of hell yet. Okay, well, that doesn't matter. Even if he was diluting it to hell, the technicals don't lie. The market doesn't. The market's not going to move, right? Or the price action doesn't move that way. The price action is going to move with the technical setups on here. I'm just saying you got an impulsive move still where it could have took hikes down here from a technical setup level, right? Like it could have just literally took I mean, it could have stair stepped its way up, right? For instance, let me explain it to you this way. Could have did something like this, like how Carvana was stair stepping up, back up. You know what I mean? In a steady kind of way. But for whatever reason, this is how it's always moved. It's always moved this way. It's always moving with an impulsive reaction to the upside. So why I'm saying this is important is like you had a steady decline here, boom, you just had a drop off. But guys, doesn't matter how it happened. The fact that this ginormous gap down remains on the technicals means that when you break the key levels down here, you will go right back up to that. You can jump right back up to there. Okay? From the technical analysis standpoint, okay? Doesn't matter. You get out of here, out of this goddamn box that we've been in forever. That's all you have left. There's not much to get your to bump your head on, to get caught on here, guys. This is like how much? $12. We're talking what, $43 worth of price action, guys. Untapped, untouched, nothing to really stop you with gaps in between the price action. Okay. So I'm telling you right now, if you get any kind of impulsive move like that and you pop, this thing, I won't be surprised if you have massive candles printing like this. We've seen it across the board, many different plays, whether they're bankrupt plays, whether they're doing good, not doing, it doesn't matter. We've seen the technical setups and what they can lead to if you can just break this first layer right here. Okay. And I said to you guys before, like, kind of like how Robinhood and Carvana were rounding bottom setups, right? Like a giant U formation. Like those ones like steadily progressed and took the stairs. Like AMC GME, dude, takes the elevator straight up to the top of it. It doesn't waste really any time in between, right? And I think there's probably a reason for that too, right? They probably want to get it over with quickly. They don't want a lot of other people to jump in on it, right? Especially in terms of like, think about like from an options chain standpoint too, right? It's like, let's get it quick, let's get it over with, and let's like kill it. That's just usually how it's gone. And more so with the most recent setup, the post split style is like a 2 to 3 day thing. It's not even 10 days. So that's why I'm telling everybody just to be very, very careful. Be ready, because you could see it. You get out of this zone. Man, it's tough. And I get it, man. Like the frustration. And the only reason I had, like I said, the $22 move over here is because of that. The fib extension repeat here would bring you up to that level. And it's like, what, you gotta stop right here? Like, what are we stopping for? Unless there's some move that's pulled. Like Chuck's been saying, like, you know, what if they do this buy button removal shit 2.0, which I'm just telling you right now, they do it again. I don't know. That's bold. That would be very, very bold of them to try to pull again. And with all the attention I got the first time, guys, I just don't see that being the case. In my opinion, there could always be some other excuse. Chuck thinks they will. That's fine. If you really think that, I mean, you need to ask yourself then, what is that helping you with now? If you think that they're going to, you know, pull a buy button situation on you, you know what I mean? How are you preparing for that then? And you know, that's exactly what we're doing, is we're going to try to catch whatever move we can, right? Whatever move that we get handed to us before that happens, that's what you have to decide for yourself. Yeah, he says, what's going to stop him? I don't know, man. I just think that was the first time that really ever happened like that. You know what I mean? Especially from like a retail standpoint like that. I don't think that's like happened. I mean, obviously you have your halts and stuff like that. So I think it was a foreign situation. But I think after it got, you know, sort of the hood got pulled open behind that, God, that's been talked about to this day. I just don't think it would happen again. There was major figureheads in there too going, what the hell is going on? Like, how is this legal? How is this possible? I just don't think you could do it again. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm sure if that happens too, you're going to probably pull a lot of retail participants out of here this time for sure. I don't know. If they didn't leave already, a lot of people weren't soured by that. I'm sure they would be definitely not wanting to have their money in certain brokerages at least. Like, look what happened to Robinhood. I mean, they got smacked up bad. I mean, they did IPO though, and look what happened. Look how they raised money though. It's kind of crazy. It's very ridiculous how that happened, but... And then he's Chuck says AMC set the record on last year's May run. It was like 37 halts in one day. Yeah. But again, I really think that your halts though were probably because of the resistance of the 200. If I'm being real, you halted every time you're on this 200. Guys, every single time. So if that's the case, then what? Yeah, I know. I remember it, man. It was like every 5 minutes, it was like halt, halt, halt. And then when we did the... Remember when we did the debt restructure? Yeah. The debt restructure was crazy. It like... I'm like, why are we halting on this shit? We halted for like 8 hours or something, right? It was something crazy. Like, we went into the next day. I'm sitting here scratching my head. I'm like, wait a minute. Carvana did that and it was okay. Like, it started... Very weird. Any company that's restructured debt, it's a very bullish thing, and I think that's why they did it. I think there's a timing to this whole thing when this is supposed to take place. Algorithmically, whatever you want to say, market maker planned, this is set to go off at a certain time. Right? I just think that's the case at this point. It said news halt, yeah. Shit's it's ridiculous. But the fact that the 200's down here, guys, is on a technical setup. If we're just looking at technicals and we're not looking at the conspiracy and the fuckery that goes on, I mean, what are you going to do? Like, are you going to run... It wouldn't make sense to me to just go up here and then bounce down. I don't know, man. You know what I mean? I don't think that would be the case. I think this will be the first time you have all of your, like, 20, 50, 100 EMAs, guys, crossing up over in quite some time. Over that 200. You haven't gotten that, guys, since... When's the last time that actually happened when it crossed over? Right back here. And it just goes right back to January, man. Even how they were fanned out here to a degree. Right? I mean, we have to consider the waterfall drop that we got. Like I told you, it wasn't as drastic. But, like... This, to me... When the 20 curled up... This is the last time you saw it. When that 20-day curled up over all of these, you got your melt up. And it's right there. I'm telling you, it's right there, man. And then you got it back here. Right? Slightly. You got it back here slightly. And this was actually a pretty solid move. 52 bucks. What, the 140? That was a 300% move right there. It was pretty nice. But yeah, anytime that 20 crosses to 50, 100, and 200, you're getting a crazy move. So we only got it on a few occasions, really. Right here, it just maintained. Like, going into the June 2021 squeeze, like, they crossed over in January, and those bands fanned straight open to the upside. And obviously, when the 20 started coming back down over the top of them all, it just crushed them all back down, and then that's when you got your sell-off. Right? You didn't really get the 20 crossing up over up to the 200 until this point. I don't think we got it anywhere else, guys. And again, I think this was halted up here. I think there was a trading halt up here. I think if there was no halt and the 20 was allowed to actually pop above that, you might have gotten a new all-time high. But I think just technically the engine, whatever set, this algorithm, it was just programmed to do that at that point. You know, and you're already in this sell-off, this gradual sell-off. Every single run-up, guys, never actually came to the previous run, right? Like 149, that's well off. It's like 30 bucks off. Come back up here. This is the only time it pretty much matched the move. It was more so like double top-ish, not even. 82. And this move was what, 76? So not even. Yeah. So never quite was able to like even come past a previous high. This time, I'm telling you, this is it, guys. Like, this 20 crosses over to 50, 100, and 200. You're gonna go on a 2021 style squeeze, I think. And trust me, I've run this scenario, and it's just you have to do it like from a fib level extension, but this is pre-split. But like $10 all the way to 110, it's a 10x move. So that's another thing too. Like if we're copying January from this level, what does that mean? $22, $30? I mean, and again, like Chuck and I were talking about, like you had the buy button removal. So if there's nothing to actually stop you this time, well, do you just keep going? And like that's the big question. Do you continue to progress up this chart? But I'm telling you right now, I think that if you get a similar move, I mean, even 10x would bring you right around what, 30? If we're around $3 right now, I mean, why stop here? That's another thing. It's like you get any kind of January style run, this is just gappy for me. So you could definitely just come up to what, even 48. I mean, you might as well just go right to the very top of the breakdown here. It's $55 for me. Every time I look at this, no matter which way I look at it, this would be the big part one. Can you imagine? We can look at it from this way. If the 20s curl up, and let's say miraculously we got this crazy move up to $55, which is actually $5.50, by the way. Pre-split. It's only $5.50. So you get back up to here, maybe you come down a little bit, right? I don't know, whatever that's going to be. And then you have your part 2 move, and maybe you do a June repeat sequence. But it's going to be kind of interesting because like 110 pre-split down to, damn, that's like a 70% drop. So if you went up to 55 and came down, what, 70%? What is that going to put you at, like 20? What's that going to be, 15? Times 0.70. Okay, so damn, 55 minus 38. $17. So you go 55, crash all the way down to $17, maybe catch support there, and then trade sideways like you did in January. After January, it was really small, and then you started getting these huge progressions to the upside. So basically if we go, what, 28 to... So you have basically 100% run to the start of the squeeze from the breakdown here, because you came down. So from here to this point is about 100% increase in the price action. So let's just say $35. Let's say you get to like... Yeah, let's say you get to about $35. And then, if we're copying this, I'm saying for bar with the same percentage gains, this would be what? That put you around $35, so then you go 66. Holy shit. That's a 700% move? Nah, that's too much. 66 times 6? Holy shit. 600% move? So then you would be looking at $35 right before it's about to break times 6. $210. $210. So your wave 1, your January style repeat would be $55. You come back down to 17. Basically progress back up to like $35, like around 100% move. And then on the next squeeze part 2, you would go to 200. You know, if you're repeating the exact percentage run up. For the Truthful says, will the Fed bail out be the money that will be used to cover the shorts, or will they buy more naked shorts and suppress it even further? The old prices were like all-time low, $1, all-time, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I kind of have to go off this, this post-split price action now. But yeah, it's the same percent gain. essentially. But yeah, so here's my thing. So with the inflation report, right, that came out, we're down to 2.4%, guys, on the inflation report. So for me, that looks like, I don't know, interest rate cutty, you know what I mean? Levels to me, that's huge. You're 0.4% away. You're less than 0.5% away of where the Fed wants to be with the target goal of 2% for inflation. That to me could signal like May being rate cuts, maybe a 50-point cut. You don't think that won't be enough to send it to? I mean, when the interest rates drop, right, that's going to be more borrowing power, you know, for big money, right? You guys know how important the interest rates are to us, like small people here. So when you're moving big weight like they are, a couple percent, man, 0.5% is huge. Okay. Especially in terms of like leverages too, I think, you know what I mean? What you can borrow. I just think the risk that they'd be willing to take would be even higher too on certain assets, which is usually the case. I mean, when the interest rates are low. So more risk on at that point. But looking at the setup, man, we're like right there. I won't be surprised if we repeat 2021. We already repeated COVID 2020 style drop. That COVID style drop was like to the T. So on the daily, this is what I showed you guys yesterday. It all starts with this 20. And I'm telling you right now, the price action, the further it gets above this 20-day moving average, it's going to be nuts. Because that's going to pull you up. And when you need to cross that 50, we got to have the blue line cross the purple line here, the 100. And I'm telling you, when that 20 crosses up to the 200 and pulls these over it, it's going to be nuts. Okay? We know this to be true. I mean, it's going to be crazy, the price action that follows that. And what Truth is saying, right here, the other party said, will they use the Fed money to cover the shorts? Man, they've had like, what, probably almost 5 years now. I'm sure that this is going to be handled in a certain way, a systematic kind of way. And I don't even know. Who knows what the short positions even look like at this point, right? You have to understand, too. This is the only problem I have with this whole... Like, I don't even care about short squeeze. I'm more so... How am I looking at this? I'm looking at it like taking the boot off the neck of this freaking stock, letting it just do its thing. Like, it's gone light years above what it was at in terms of the entire setup, the whole framework of the company, completely different. So, what is holding the thing back, right? I mean, is it shorts? Really? But look at this. Like, out of all the times that they diluted, here's the two-sided part of this. Out of all the times Adam Aaron and even like Ryan Cohen diluted, like, who was he even selling the shares to? Like, they couldn't cover the shorts for the sale then? I don't know. The ape conversion thing, you had ape was trading at like what, under $1, something like that. I just don't understand why you wouldn't cover then unless it's so bad, unless there's so much naked shorting that's gone on that it's like fucking impossible. So to what you're saying, how will they raise money? Maybe they just did. Maybe they just did raise the money with this crash. The sell-off that you saw? Very funny timing, right? We had this... Look, I'm telling you, things dropped 50, 60%. Some almost 70% for the mid and large cap stocks. They were also the stocks that were the most inflated. We didn't get any crazy run-ups, like even with crypto in comparison, like Doge and all that. Like, Bitcoin's the only one that's really, and you got to understand, Bitcoin is like the blue chip. It's like the S&P 500. It's like the NASDAQ of crypto. So we can't even count really Bitcoin because it is the end-all be-all coin. Let's just put it that way. But none of the other ones really have finished their cycle. Right? Everyone's always talking about altcoin season and shit like that. But with the sell-off that we had with our mid-cap and large-cap stocks, right? To the degree that they went, Maybe that's the money being raised right now for moves for the small cap. Maybe that money is going to be shifted into the small cap market. You know? I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, so who knows, man, how they're going to do this. I'm sure they could even have placeholders so that they don't get like I said, the whole margin call thing, if they didn't get margin called, guys, throughout this last week or whatever, when we had that massive drop off on the market, then when is that ever going to happen? Like, everybody thought that was the black swan event. And shit, I even gave it a couple days after that. I'm like, well, let's see if maybe they're just trying to like scramble and they're getting a deadline. But clearly, guys, I didn't remember anybody getting margin called. I don't even know if anybody got their doors closed. Like, we didn't even get a Vlad Plotkin 2.0 situation. So that just makes me think, well, maybe this was all known behind closed doors. Maybe this wasn't like a fucking surprise. But you got to understand, if I'm an actor, right? If I'm not a D minus actor, right? If I really want you to believe in what I'm doing, like, I got to sell it real good. I'm talking like A-list actor selling, you know, this content to you. Like this idea that you should panic, that this is bad. We're surprised. We're scared. You should be scared because we're shocked. I just thought it was very odd. You know, they're playing this whole role like they're surprised this is going on when they're the ones moving the big money, guys. Those guys are the ones moving big money around. These firms they probably just either cashed out to meet collateral for something maybe like this, or they're just cashing out to get their profit. I just told you, everything ran up. Everything has gone up crazy high. Like, look at this shit. Look at Abercrombie and Fitch, guys. Something like this even. Are you serious right now? 2 years, guys. You don't think at some point they're going to sell out and start to get this huge profit? What the hell is this? Like $20. A freaking 10x move in 2 years is absolutely nutty for Abercrombie and Fitch with a fucking moose shirt. That's what we're talking about right now. $200, guys. At some point, you've got to cash out. Even if they are paying a dividend or whatever, I feel like you got to take some profit and trim a position. That's the whole point, I believe, right? Like, so it's just interesting. And I mean, shit, this one could still come down for all we know. Like, what are they going to sacrifice? I think that's what Truth is saying, pretty much. Like, is it the Fed? Could be. They could definitely, maybe it could be a team effort for all I know. Maybe they're going to sell some assets and they're going to have the fucking NSCC, the clearinghouses, whoever, the insurance policy come in. Everybody's going to help. You know what I mean? If this is as big as it is. You know what I'm saying? If they didn't already, like, clear it out, right? If they didn't clear out their short position, fine. But maybe we're looking too deep into it. Maybe this is just a whole algorithm sequence playing out. And I think maybe, you know, to a degree, and I'm like playing devil's advocate here. I'm kind of like on both sides of the fence here. But I wonder if, like, stocks that were doing bad, especially in 2020 during COVID, I wonder if there's like, maybe there's a bankruptcy. This is going to sound fucking nuts. I wonder if there's like a bankruptcy algorithm that runs. And it's like a game. It's like, if you don't hit the target, this shit's coming back the other way. Just like you got with a company like Carvana. You got this, look at this shit. You got a crazy meltdown. This is like bankruptcy to me, guys. Like, algorithm playing out here. Like, they were doing bad, right? And right here, they were on the verge of bankruptcy. $3.55. They restructured debt. To me, I guess that was enough for this to do that. I don't know. It's just very odd to me. But nonetheless, it didn't go out of business. So what happened after that? It went berserk. It almost came up to the double, or to the all-time high here. You got a 100x move almost here. 90x move to 292 from $3.55 in 2 years. This is what I'm trying to explain to you guys. These sell-offs across the board, could it be for multiple purposes, right? And I wanted to check in. Truth just said something else in here before I keep going on here. It says, I think the memes together are a systemic risk to the whole thing. They definitely could be, you know? We're kind of like, you know, grasping at straws here for any idea of what the hell is actually going on here. And who's going to be the one to finally come in and say, especially with this Doge, with Elon and stuff, right? What they're doing. This, you know, and he hates short sellers, dude. He hates short sellers. So like, if anybody was to expose this shit, it would be him, right? I guess I don't even know if he can actually do that because again, he has a company in the market, and I feel like that's like what do I want to call a conflict of interest, right? I don't know if he can dig into the markets that way. I don't know if he's going to appoint somebody, but I think they just got the new crypto person who's in charge, who's like a super bull on Bitcoin and shit in crypto, like a fucking anti Gary Gensler. You know what I mean? Gary Gensler came in there, he acted like he was for retail, and he just fucking didn't do anything. He was talking about tomatoes and why ketchup's important over fucking cleaning your toilets, and like I don't know what he was talking about. It was a bunch of nonsense. For real. And then he fucking announces like, yeah, I'm out here, guys, it's been real. I'm like, what did you even do? Does anybody know what he did? They just put these people in this place to be like the character. Like, this is the person, they're going to tell you a bunch of bullshit. Yeah, I worked at MIT or wherever, I'm smart. Just listen to me. And it's like, what are you doing? Like, are you actually going to crack open the hood here and see all the bullshit going on? Come on. They know what they were doing. But yeah, systemic risk-wise, if that's the truth, like, what is the end all going to be all for this thing? Are they just going to wait till they kill it? I mean, they can't kill it. Clearly. You know what I mean? They tried everything, I feel like, to this point. And you've also brought it down, dude. Look, I mean, I guess this is going to be kind of skewed. But, like, look at this. You from almost $400 with this new post-split price or whatever, all the way down to pancake and the shit. So, you tell me, man. I don't know. It could be anything now. But in terms of if we're going on, like, technical algorithm sequences, like, it didn't go bankrupt, so now it's going to get its next move. And I'm sure what's going to happen. These are like, this is like a reverse squeeze in a sense. You got to look at it this way. It's sort of a reverse squeeze setup for a short hedge fund. Because let's just say AMC runs, and this is, I know, just bear with me. Let's say AMC runs up to $283 or something. Something ridiculous. Or even right here. Let's say it comes back up to this level. Right, 112 bucks. Maybe it comes up here, somewhere in the middle of this whole range. They can make a lot of money on that to the downside. Because I'll tell you right now, I don't expect 150 to hold. If we think AMC is going to trade at fucking 150 and hold without him doing a new kind of split or a dilution or something like that, if he's smart anyway, to raise money, that's all great and well. Like we see it with GameStop. And this is why I'm not like reading super into any of that kind of shit, guys. I'm just kind of following the technicals because look at what Ryan Cohen did. He raised a shit ton of money. He's sitting on like $6 to $7 billion in cash. All right. So when I saw that and I saw that their debt was essentially nothing, I'm telling myself, like looking at GME's chart, I'm telling myself, like, what's it going to take? They have $7 billion fucking dollars. I get it that they're a GameStop fucking DVD selling toy company, controllers and shit, and Xbox, whatever. I understand that. But do you feel comfortable shorting a company that's got $7 billion in cash? I sure as hell don't, especially that they have no debt. But even GME, like you're saying with the memes, has been just, it's not getting, like, the boot is still on the neck. It's fucking duct tape in a closet somewhere, God knows where, in Cambodia or something. Like, what's going on here? And the dead silence up until the Bitcoin announcement, in terms of, like, what are you doing direction-wise? It's anybody's guess what was going on in that situation. It's anybody's guess, dude. Because I really don't know what more it's gonna take unless he comes out and says we're selling dresses and we are, we're acquiring this company, we're gonna sell bathtubs because everybody's still on the Bed Bath & Beyond shit. I don't know what he's going to do. But the fact that you got $7 billion in cash and this thing is not steadily progressing in the way that you would think. And they're actually having positive earnings blows my mind. $7 billion in cash, and they still have fucking positive earnings on the shitty fundamental setup that they have in terms of product, what they're doing. Like, And I say that because I think it's like a dying industry. I don't know if it's going to last with this digital age that we're in. So take this one, for example. You know what I mean? What are we, 26? Really? Does this make, I mean, I don't know. No debt, really. $7 billion in cash, having profitable quarters, and you're fucking still sitting here? I don't know, man. It just doesn't make any kind of sense to me. And why I say that is because even for this one that was bankrupt, right? There was a steady buildup. These guys sell cars on fucking line, guys. It was a steady progression like this. Why didn't GameStop do this? Why is GameStop's chart not in this fine progression? Other than there's some weird shit going on here. Right? It's not even close yet to 120. Like, yeah, we got this impulse move, guys, to $65 when the roaring kitty tweet came out. That was the big excuse, but like, okay, the fuck does that have to do with anything? Cool, he tweeted. He says, yeah, I'm bullish. Okay. But you still didn't get up to 120. You didn't get up to a new all-time high. And the company over here, 100 times better than what it was here. Are we serious? Just very strange behavior. So like what Truth's saying, there's some weird shit going on here with these two stocks. And I'm telling you, they're on a pre-planned sort of destination. You know, again, AMC, I don't think it's going bankrupt. I mean, they still have cash, and they don't have as much cash as like GameStop, but they got like $700 million, $800 million in cash or something like that. So, and then when your cash burn, like I said, when your cash burn, if you can keep it around like 50 to 80 million, you got plenty. You got 4 quarters in a year, guys. So even if they burn 200, if AMC burned 250 million or $300 million in cash, they'll still have fucking $300 million in cash. And I don't even expect that to be the case, because I do believe in 2025, they're going to have positive earnings. So what is the end goal here? Like, I don't know how you can keep suppressing something to this magnitude that's doing well, that's in a much better place. The Truth says right here, my first sell order is set at $69. Second is $140. I think those are realistic targets, but the 17 to 15, then 1 to 10 reverse split actually means the price is equivalent to slightly above 29 cents. What do you mean? Yeah, oh, right now. No, right now, yes. Right now, the price is around 29 cents equivalent. You're right. Yes. But yeah, dude, $69 is what? $6.9? It's $6.90. And then 140 is $14. So I'm with you on that. Like, yeah, people have me sit here and they're like, fucking, dude, you're crazy. There's no way that this is going to, there's no way that this can go to 150. I'm like, it's only $15 though. And you've been there before. That's the other thing behind this whole thing, is that like, you've been here before. And I told you guys, like, you look at any of these setups, like I just showed you with the Carvana one, like whatever's been in the bankruptcy mode, like shit, I don't even know if we can see it. I don't know if we can see it anymore. Nah, fuck, you can't. Can you? This is fucking gold. I wanted to see, damn. The BB, is it BBBY? BBBY, yeah, I don't think it's fucking gone. I don't think we can actually ever see it again. But even, I will say this. Even on its deathbed, what the hell am I doing with the gold? Come on. Even on its deathbed, Bed Bath & Beyond, guys, fucking came up like crazy. It went up like 1,000%, did it not? It ended up like, I swear it ran from like $4 or $5 to $35 on bankruptcy news. So none of this makes any sense for where we're sitting at on this right now. Unless this dude is going to continuously do things to halt every kind of progression. But I don't know if I can see it anymore. At this point, we've gone down bottom of the barrel, double bottom essentially. You're gonna start cooking here. I think on this, like I said, you're gonna find out Monday, because already, I mean, you're really gonna have to have some pullback if you want to cool this from turning up. In my opinion, like the price action's rising above this right now. This is essentially flattening out, and price action is rising above the 20. It's going to carry it forward. I just see this happening very soon. You're talking like, it would be madness to see this right here. It would be crazy to see a repeat move on the dot. Like if we go into May, let's just say latest. What are we in? It's 4/12. April 12th right now. Dude, May 14th, this thing was peaking. And it's very interesting how, like, this is all setting up to do at least this right now. Only problem is it's going to have so much strength over all this that, like Truth saying, I think it's going to blow up. I think we're going to consume a lot of this chart. And honestly, real quick before I go on and I read that right there. Look at this, guys. The fact that GME ate up half of its chart, AMC didn't get to do that yet. So I wonder if, again, like I do expect GME to be ahead anyway because it's in a better position, I guess, fundamentally, but just, I guess, even algorithmically, GME kind of really had the most crazy move first. I don't know. The fact that you consumed a lot of this, I'm wondering if you'll see the same thing if AMC can at least get up here, even to these levels here, back to the old January, 111 bucks, previous split price of $11. I mean, if we got a nice candle like straight up out of here, like, I mean, GME just did it, just ate up half its chart from like a $10 low, and they actually did a split where the price got what cut in what is it, like 3? Was it a 1 for 3 split or 1 for 4 split? I can't even remember. I almost said Mr. True says, I think NVAX is a good example of repeating gamma squeeze stock. Could be similar algo. Let me see. Yeah, I'm all about comparisons here. Yeah, this is kind of interesting too. Yeah, look at this. Pancaked. Holy shit. Yeah, it's literally like a little different in here, but like still, nonetheless. Like, what the fuck? What are we doing here? What are we seeing? This is what I'm trying to tell you guys. Like, that's why I said, like, yes, could people be in really hot spots in terms of like some of these stocks? He said go back further. Yeah, dude, since fucking 1990, since 1998, it's been boom, boom. This is just like how many years in between? 4-year cycles. Holy shit, man. From the major drop down, we'll say from here down. Yeah. Holy shit. We're getting real close. How about over here? Shit, man. Really started just busting here. Wow. Damn, that thing went on a tip. 2015. Yeah, this is about 4 to 5 year cycles, man, where this thing is going. Like, for the big pops, anyway. Here was nothing, though. It's like, this is like, what, IPO probably back here? That's just the initial IPO fucking sell-off, and then it finally hits a bottom, and then you get a melt-up. What's funny is, I wonder, how this played out right here. It was like NIO. In a way. The NIO one is nuts too. Like IPOs and then just gets smashed down, right? Comes to this bottom of $1.19, breaks out and fucking goes on like a 60% move. Or 60x move, I should say, right? 60x move from this right here makes you freaking like go, damn. It's like the Carvana one, 355 to like 290, like shit. Let's talk about missing the boat on that. But again, like who's seeing that coming? And that this time wasn't like Tesla was like king of the electric car industry and shit. So it's like, was anybody really trying to, you know, jump in that? I mean, to try to dethrone them? It's like, we've seen how that's gone. For like Mullen and shit. Lucid and Rivian especially is obviously doing better than a lot better than some of them, but still. To see that though, and then seeing like what Truth was saying about the repeating fractal sequences, like I think NIO is doing the same shit here. And like if that, I'm hoping, guys, like some of you guys might disagree with this, but I hope that some of these like don't fucking just go all off at once. Because I got y'all seeing the setup right here. I really hope that these start to kind of like go like a domino effect. That would be so cool to happen, because like, let's say like, and this is nuts because this happened over quite some time. There's no telling how this move's going to be. Like, just because you got a nice steady progression last time, guys, for the NIO pop, doesn't mean you can't just get an impulsive move in like a couple of weeks to the upside. I'm telling you. I've seen this stuff before where I'm like, what? How did you retrace up the chart within like a week? Yeah. Yeah, Chuck. Oh, my Lord. Yeah, Chuck's right. Mullen with this, he says Mullen's super trash, like 20 reverse splits. Mullen, dude, Mullen, fuck, man. I don't know what's going on with that shit. I actually saw a post today that Mullen's all-time high now is like $190 billion. Like, that's the stock price, how bad it's gotten split. I wonder, are they splitting it to try to keep it alive, though, because they know that their shit's been getting shorted bad? Like what Truth's saying, Mullen has 170% of the float short right now. That is freaking disgusting. So clearly, and here's the thing too, though. There was somebody, I forgot who it was on Twitter, was talking about the split, messing with the short percentage shit, tweaking the numbers. But again, I don't know. We saw that with AMC, and I feel like AMC is regulated now, so I feel like that would have been resolved for Mullen too. But could you imagine? Hold on, let's see. Well, I don't even. Hold on, we'll finish up with NIO. But yeah, NIO real quick. Like I said, just looking at this one, if you got a 60x move here off of $3, guys, that would be $180 for NIO. That would be super crazy to see happen. It would have to be, like I said, a market-wide event, and that's really what I'm looking for in a lot of these, like for AMC, for GameStop, everything. If it is like a highly shorted play, like especially, I'm looking for a market-wide event where everything is going to rip to the upside. Okay, no doubt it's going to be like that. But God, this makes me cringe, man. Like Chuck was saying, Mullen is just like, oh, you fucking just go, like you don't even want to touch this thing with a 10-foot pole. Like, this is just cringy. Oh God, it makes me cringe, dude. I hate looking at charts like this. Talk about like, holy fucking crap, look at this. What in the hell do you make of this company in this chart? How do you trade this shit? We have to go to like the 1 hour maybe. Oh my God, even the 1 hour is bad. I look at how fucking minimal the price action and it's just little, it's little specks. You have to go to like the fucking 15 minute. This is just continuously being stair-stepped down. Do, all the way down. 10 minute. 5 minute. Holy, look at the gap downs on this thing. Let's see the EMA visit. Wow. Well, shit. Well, that's on the 5 minute. Let me not guess it. Let me see something here. Holy. Wow, actually. Oh my God, yeah, it's horrible, dude. Well, I mean, $34. That's, oh my Lord. Okay, so it's, how far does it go? Oh my goodness. Yeah, they've beaten the crap out of this thing so bad that, like, this is on the 1 hour. Oh my goodness. What about the daily? You can't even see it. You can barely see the fucking EMAs on this shit. Oh my God. Spread it open, go. Oh my God. Do you see this on the daily? $300,000 is where the fucking 100 EMA is on the daily for this shit. What about these right here? $2,961 for the 50 day moving average. What's the 20-day at? Can't be that bad, right? Oh man, this is dead. There's no way they can fucking do anything with this. Like, you need the price action, dude, to get a... This isn't a straight waterfall down. You need to get price action above $70. And I'm telling you right now, there's no way people don't fucking sell this thing at $77. Well, it's gotten split like 25 times, so maybe they won't. But look at that. That is like a sight to see. I think a lot of people think they're scamming people, though. That company's scamming people. But that's brutal. Could you imagine, though? Wait, what's the 200 at? Oh, God. Oh, fuck, do I want to know? Is this 52 million? Is it? Is this $52 million? Oh, my God. He's a market cap. Let me see. Let me see what Truth said real quick. He said the market cap is like under 100K. Holy fuck, dude. That's disgusting. You don't want to see that. Guys, that's disgusting. Yo, anybody think we're gonna squeeze to 52 million? What if it's Mullen, man? What if we're wrong? Somebody right now is probably like, shit, I'll put like... I mean, you could get like 10 shares for 20 bucks. And if it goes to 52 million, you're sitting good for the rest of your life. Ugh, dude. That's crazy, though. What's the weekly at? Something ridiculous? 155 million or some shit? What the? This is the most ugly chart I've ever seen in my life. This is the absolute most fucking ugly thing. This looks like somebody took a crayon and just drew all over the place. Mullen looks disgusting. I can't even look at it no more. But, like... I'm looking at some cleaner setups. Let's go back to core. Yeah, look at RIVN, dude. This is what I said. I felt really strongly about getting in here because of where it came from, all the way down here. And then again, you got Amazon owning 17% of RIVN, so that's always helpful. You got someone like that backing the project. This looks good. I mean, across the board, these look strong as hell. Like, let me even see what... Let's go into... spread this MACD out. Yeah, this could cross back up at any time, so it's pretty neutral right there, I'd say, for the MACD on the daily. We go back to the 4-hour. And this is how I usually like to look at things to plan ahead to see... Truthful says GDHG is another scam. I gotta see it just for the cringe. But what I usually do, guys, if I want to see some of the direction what's coming, like, again, right here is always nice to see where the 1 hour is. You can see on the 1 hour, RIVN crossed over the signal line. The MACD line crossed over the signal line, so that's good. But you want to, once you see it get to the daily, that's when you know, okay, we're really about to start pushing. But on the 4 hour even, like, you can see the MACD line is about to curl up over the signal line here. The signal line's coming down, and the MACD line is heading up. And then you look at your volume, you can see that the red volume has peaked. The selling volume has peaked in here, and the bars are shortening. So that tells me, even on the 4 hour time frame, that we're very close to seeing the next big melt up for RIVN. Okay, so that's sometimes what you can do. If you're trying to be like, okay, maybe on your daily, like, you see something like this, and you're like, well, I'm not really seeing anything with this. Like, it looks like I said neutral. But if you want to see direction further, go back a step. Go back a time frame or 2 time frames, and then it will, like, tell you, okay, wait a minute, no, we are curling up, right? Sometimes just going to the daily doesn't always give you everything you need to know. You need to go back and look at these other time frames. Like, look at the 30-minute. MACD flipped green on the 30-minute. It's not the end-all be-all, but it's nice to see. On the 1 hour, green. 4 hour, you're not green yet. So it tells you that you're inching closer and closer to the next move. And that's a good progression. I want to see that. So you can play that how you want. EMA-wise, same thing. Like on the 4 hour, all of them are pretty much neutral. They're flat. And again, I told you 20 is usually the one you want to see go first. But when you go on the 1 hour, slight curling to the upside. Right? It's starting to turn up now. So that's a good sign. You're not like on the 1 minute. Like, that would be like very minimal movement. Like, look at this 30-minute even. So on the 30-minute, once you cross over the 50, I would imagine that would start to give you a little bit of a push, right? It would give you some kind of signal that the move's coming for the deeper ranges here on these other time frames. Then looking at the daily, pretty similar to the 4-hour, actually. Nothing really changed here. Very neutral, all stacked, ready to go. You just got to have that 20 turn up, right? If you get some price action above that 20, it's going to pull it, and then you're going to have an explosive reaction off that. It's going to be a chain reaction of price action, okay? So that looks real good. And then I've been showing you guys lately the Ichimoku Cloud, and this is also a nice one to go back. I've actually, guys, I've used the Ichimoku Cloud on like a 5-minute time frame, and I've done like scalp trades throughout, you know, the day when I'm actually home and can be in this. And it's really cool to see how it works. Like, and you will hit at least 70-75% of your trades if you're very on point and you're not greedy, right? But I'm telling you, like, you can get a high win rate even with this on the smaller time frames, right? So looking at Ichimoku Cloud on the hourly, whoa, holy shit. Thinning out right here. So what you want to see is this leading A line curl up. And again, similar to, I think, what was it we just looked at? Was it the EMAs? It's kind of neutral in line with the EMAs. Like you said, the EMAs are all in a straight line like that. That's kind of like how I see the Ichimoku Cloud set up right here. So we go back. Let's see if we can go back. Yeah, it's really thinning, but still in a very neutral position. Want to see this green line cross up over the red. There you go. So you have to go all the way back to the 15-minute, guys, to see the curling up of the green leading A line for the Ichimoku Cloud. And again, it's real close to like passing over this red line, which will generate a green cloud like this. Like what I mean generate a green cloud is like when you see, I'm trying to get a good example, so it's like not like right here, okay? So the green line here was down and then it curled up, and once it pops above the red line, you get this green cloud generated. And as long as the leading A line stays above the red line here, you get a bigger cloud, which means bigger move. And again, you have your price action trading above the cloud here, right? Price action didn't fall through the cloud, it bounces on it. Came down here and touched this line, but then bounced off again. So some traders would be a little like sketched out right here with it breaking into the cloud, but it didn't break through the cloud. And then you got an even bigger push. So it gets real risky right here. But at this point, if you ran this move, let's say you got in like right here when it crossed over, even though it ran here, even if you got in right here, like you had all this progression to still make money on. But yeah, you had to go back to the 15-minute to see the Ichimoku Cloud on that one. But other than that, like even RSI wise, you know, you're curling up, you're at 55 on the 30-minute. So that means we got to be pretty cooking, right, on the other ones? No, actually not. 47 on the daily. So we got enough gas in the tank to do a channel breaker, especially if you do a super overbought melt up run. Looks good. But yeah, all these guys I do expect to start to really start popping off at this point, you know? What else do we look at? We looked at that. Doge. What is Doge doing right now? Looking at this on the let's look at it in the 1 hour. So respecting the trend line here in a good way. Like it's actually now bouncing on the previous low trend line I believe I have right here. I believe this is the previous, yeah, this is the previous low trend line. This is your the trend line from where it recently bottomed for the 67% drop. So I'll leave that one on for now. I don't want to mess this up too bad. I want to drag it out so that I can see that if it comes back up to it, how does it respond? But nonetheless, when the price action came down again from the recent 20-cent hit, you broke that line, and then you broke the previous run-up low, I guess I should say, trend line, and then this is what we got. This sort of spring move down. And now you bounce back up and have just riding this trend now. And you got past that first green level. Like on the daily, I have them printed like this. On the daily, I've got it printed up like this, where I had this consolidation, right? Because when it broke down to hit the bottom for the 67% drop, or initial bottom, I should say, when it came back up, it started doing this, where it's trading between this zone here. So I just drew this consolidation zone up, and when it broke the consolidation zone, you got that first attack at this level. You only wicked it and then came right back down. You broke the top of this consolidation channel, kind of got back in there again. I said, okay, maybe it just needs to come back in one more time, and then you'll attack it and then get to maybe level 2. Well, that's where you got your spring. So it was a nice fake out move that they pulled right here, because to go from what, guys, like 14 cents, you get a 6-cent move on Doge, pretty nice, right? And then faked you out, made you think, like I said, okay, maybe it's going to go for round 2. It went for reverse round 2 down to the downside and had that spring. So Doge, I mean, looks really solid right now. I don't expect it to like come crashing back down here. I feel like you're going to get above this line, and that's when you guys will see that attack for this level again. And it's actually happening much faster. Like, I wouldn't have been surprised if this came up, bounced in here, came up, bounced in here, and just kind of rode this trend to this. But now you're seeing like very sharp price action. So I like that. I want to see how Sunday goes and tonight goes, but you're very close. It looks like the wick kind of touched this. This is your previous, like I said, this is the finishing move for the 67% drop I think about. And that trend line drawn up, price action came up to that right now. So you kind of got a little bit of a pullback, but the candle's still getting split in half by this, the bottom part of this channel here. So it looks good. I want to see Doge just bust out of here though. I want to see a big candle just get the hell out of here and then start tacking like these whole levels here. It'd be cool to see how that looks, especially because, like I said, right now, bare minimum, you're at 16 cents, 16.5 cents, right? You go from 16.5 cents up to this, guys, you're still getting almost what? Is that almost a 300% move. Okay. A 3x move still. So that's not bad. But I've been saying that, like, Doge going to 97 cents to $1 seems to be imminent at this point. I think it's going to happen this year, this cycle, this next run. I just don't know how you don't repeat this next move again. You kind of got the 1, 2, and this to me is the 1, and I think the 2 is going to be the bigger dollar move, in my opinion. 90, like I said, I say 97 cents, but I feel like blow off top and just sentiment wise, like it's gonna get to a buck. It's gonna be 3 cents off of getting to $1. Like there's no point for it not to hit that. It just would meet the need, I guess. But yeah, every run up here that's doubling would get you that. It would make sense. So I mean, for Dogecoin right now, that's gonna be a total of like what, guys? Like an 8x move, right? 7 to 8x move, 800% move, and that's if it just stops there. I mean, I don't know, like. I see people out here throwing out like crazy targets, and it's the crypto community that does that shit, which is very kind of annoying because some people are getting led astray where they're like, they don't understand like supply and market cap and anything like that. They don't understand the technicals. So like they're just jumping in thinking, yeah, this is going to go to $5, and it just like, if anything, I could see it maybe it's got to be something so fast, so quick that happens, and then it just comes back down. Like it deletes like a freaking like a scam crypto, like when they fucking do the when they launch the coins, you know how it goes up like crazy and then just drops. Like that's the only way I could see something like a Dogecoin hitting 5 freaking 10. Like it would be nuts. Like it would be crazy, the market cap on Doge. But if it's only a brief moment in time, yeah, maybe, but I don't see it like floating around there and staying there. Like it's gonna be violent. Like it's gonna have to be so quick. But even like looking at EMA wise for Doge on the daily, and I actually have the 5 and the 10, right? I got the 5 and the 20. So the 5-day is curling up, and again, same thing applies. It's not like the most crazy bullish thing ever, but like when the 5 crosses this 20, that's going to be good. It's going to help us get that momentum to take on these other ones, and that price action is going to follow the move. So that will also cause the 20 to move up over to 50. And then you start to really stack those levels, right? You start to stack those gains in terms of the movement. True says the last two degenerate buys I snagged were TWOH and MAJI. Majin Buu stock? You were buying Majin Buu stock? What was this guy doing? These are degen buys. 2 hands. Oh my. The minute I pulled this up and you said that, I'm getting like PTSD, chart PTSD right now. My God, that's horrible. What was the other one you said, dude? You said Maji? Marijuana Inc. Oh my, I feel like I'm high looking at this chart. What in the hell? This is crazy. What am I looking at? Oh my God, it looks like somebody's doing the paint, you know, the artwork where they're just like splattering the paint on the canvas. That's what this looks, but I mean, geez, I mean, like right here. What is this, 3 cents all the way up to 28 cents? That's not bad. 7, 8, 800% move. Kind of sitting like in a, what is this, a bull flag setup? Is this shit kind of, oh, what the fuck? What is this, like fucking, it's like kind of flaggy looking right now, like maybe. I can't take this seriously. I can't fucking take this seriously. And nah, it's probably like, what is this? God damn, why's my mouse fucking up? Nah, this is fucking too cringy. Nah, this is fucking, this is cooked. I can't do it. It'd be what would happen if you actually went like this though? I mean, it'd be interesting to see this. Like, it broke out of that. It broke this downtrend, maybe. But I have a funny feeling that that could go on for a while. Like, it would be fucking crazy. See, it's actually pretty sharp. Yeah, this. What the fuck am I doing right now? I'm on some micro cap shit. I can't do this shit. Anyways, let's pop over here and look at the WM. He said zoom out. Zoom out on Maji. He said to zoom out on it. What the fuck was I even on? What time frame was I on? I was on the daily. Weekly. Yeah, I mean, shit. What's this gonna go to? 28 cents to 58 fucking... What is this, OTC? Is this OTC? This has to... Yeah, this is OTC. This is the OTC shit. You can't... I mean, even here, it's a little more clear. Like, oh my lord. It's a lot better. God damn. Yeah, I don't really jump in the OTC market like that, bro. It's not really my my thing. But I mean, here it looks a little clearer on the monthly. You start trading these on the monthly setup would probably make more sense, I guess, for the penny stock stuff. But you got a little bit of an idea. But man, even then, like on those time frames, it gets real sketchy. I mean, actually, I want to pop in here for my Unity people because I think, you know, look at this one here. This is a good. This is an example, a reverse example of shit of RIVN. Because like RIVN didn't get a spring. RIVN did not get a spring like this. But Unity did, even though it's in like the same kind of setup. It's just actually a little behind the RIVN development by like maybe a couple months in terms of like... But then again, the price action's different too though for Unity because it does go crazy gap mode like this. Even recently, like one candle in a week, dude, can go from what, 20 bucks to fucking 31. Like, that's nuts. $10 gain like that for us right now would put you pretty much right back up there, right? $29. Yeah, that's super spring move though to me. Like, if this doesn't tell you it right here, like, it's just super clear to me. Yeah. This thing's about to go nuts too, man. Unity is gonna really start busting heads next week, I think. It gets back, once you get back over this line, I think it's gonna carry it, man. I think this thing could be busting out of here. It could definitely be busted out of here real quick. What else, guys? What else we looking at? Anybody new popping in, man, make sure to subscribe, dude, because we are about to see crazy price action, man. It'll be a fun ride to be in this together. Also, if you guys have anything that you want to have me check out, drop something in the chat. Even if it's goofy, I don't even care at this point. Even if it's a goofy looking one, I'll look at it just for shits and giggles, but let me know if there's anything else you guys want me to look at. I think, what else was I gonna say? Felt like there was something else that I had. I want to see. Keep spy. Look at this thing, dude. Oh my god, you can't make this shit up. I guess it looks a little better. Wow, look at the gaps on even on the hourly. This is nuts what you got when you got down here to this 481. Happened so quick. That's holding. You are what? Sitting right at that level I had drawn up there. Oh my god. It's like, what are we, 10, 20 cents? I'm like 32 cents away from the line, just literally sitting at it. Next week is going to be absolutely crazy, I think, guys. That's why I said I think Monday squeeze potential looks so good. The Monday squeeze potential for all of these to really start popping looks too good. Like you're reaching critical zones at this point. Yeah. True says Alien versus Predator VO. What is this? The hell is this? Apvo is goofy. Let's look at a goofy one, and then yeah, we can look at the Nasdaq. Because I actually been looking at the Nasdaq, and I tweeted the other day. Maybe you can give me your perspective, guys, on the Nasdaq. But I don't know. I'm looking at both angles of things, and it looks a little weird. I like it. Let's. Holy shit! What's the fucking all-time high on this thing? Probably split, right? Corp actions, is that what it was? Splits. Holy shit! Look at this. 1 for 37. No, wait, it starts here. COVID levels. COVID 1 for 14. 1 for 44. 1 for 37. My god. What is this? Did they buy one share? Like, what the fuck's happening? Okay, so this got split up bad. This is crazy ugly. Yeah, damn pancake mode. Could you go like on a 5? Ooh, my god, that's ugly. Ooh. Splatter paint. Yeah, that one's dead. I'm buying 100,000 shit. No, I'm just playing. I'm not buying that. Yeah, let's go look at the Nasdaq though. NDX. Oh my god, what the hell? So this is guys what I was saying for Nasdaq, and like this is kind of like super far out. Okay, Rooster, I got you next on the Barney. What is this? Fucking Barney stock? Ribeye steak stock? What are we doing? I'll check that out. Yeah, I know he probably looked up something stupid. I know you did. But I was looking at NDX, guys, and the only reason I have those lines there. What is that from? Is that from? What is that from? Why the fuck is it looking like that? What happened here? What happened to my chart? Why is it this goofy? Oh, is this when I was trading? Hold up. This might have been... Is this when I was yeah, okay. This is when I was doing the fucking scalping shit. So, guys, maybe one of these days what we'll do is, if you guys want to jump on stream with me, maybe on like a Friday, what we were doing was doing the, what was it called? Rooster, what was that called? The Weeble gambling thing, basically. It was saying like up or down a SPY. It was like event trading. Yes, that's what it is. Event trading. We were doing event trading, dude, and it lets you like, it'll be like, it'll start off like, will NDX be at like, will it be at 19,100 in the next hour or whatever. We were doing that. So I was trading the shit out of that thing. And it's crazy because the max that you can gain, like, I think they start off like 50-50. You're basically buying the hourly contracts. Yeah, you're taking the over-under, like Rooster's saying, on the price action for like that next hour. Like, will it be at this level or above this level? And so, like, I was getting set up in there. We were trading the shit out of this thing. And it starts off, I think, at like 50 cents a contract. So it's real cheap. So, like, you know, you could put crazy money in there. And what happens is every freaking dollar that it goes up, like, you start seeing your gains already start stacking. So, like, you can make some nice money on that. It's pretty fun. But anyway, that's what I was doing with this. That's why you see all these levels and shit in here. Because I was trading it on the 5 minute. I think on the 1 minute. I think 1 minute I was even on heavy, yeah. But I had levels all drawn up. I gotta get this shit out of here. But that was fun. It's Webull event trading. You have to find it. It's in a very odd spot. And what the hell is this? What am I doing? I don't want to mess it up though. Is that part of my... What in the hell is going on in here, dude? I got a lot of stuff in here. Sequence trading stuff. Okay. So, what I was asking, guys, on Twitter even, I was like, this NDX, NASDAQ looks like head and shoulders-ish to me right now. So, like, the cool thing about that is like, one, it's still kind of early, right? Could be invalidated. But if it happens... Ooh, man, I mean, I guess if it plays out to this degree, and I took this shoulder, the right shoulder, guys, I have this shoulder drawn out from the previous, like, pattern in here somewhere. I did, like, a polyline on it and just copied it over. If it is a symmetrical matching move, like you have it here and here, then you would get this downside price action to this level, right? I guess this would be, I guess, the bottom for it. If it kind of repeats in some similar fashion for NASDAQ. Only thing that I have going against this idea, unless something changes, because news is changing very abruptly. Trump came out and I think he said, what, the exemption, guys, on some of the tech stuff? The tariffs were exempt for certain items, I guess. It was like cell phones and shit like that. I just saw that Twitter post. So my thing is like, will that be enough to, you know, boost the NASDAQ back up and let it go to like a new all-time high or whatever? And invalidate this setup? That would be great. But right now, guys, it's playing out eerily similar. I really don't want it to, because again, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter, because if we get our move, guys, for all the small cap stuff, like on, say, like this next shoulder run up, then we're probably popping anyway. But I do expect like a true crash or sell-off to happen going into 2026. That's my thing. I think somewhere around November, guys, maybe even end of October, I think you're going to start to see things turn. I think right now is our time. Especially because if you look at the time frame, like the 90-day pause or whatever on the tariffs, like line up perfectly for us to get time to melt up. Like that is at least off the table for now. A lot of very conflicting theories that I have, though. I'll tell you what. Like right now it looks good, but as a long-term investor, I'm sure they got to be thinking like, well, what happens when this 90-day period's over? You know, it's still so much uncertainty out there. So it's like I go back and forth with this like scenario, like what is going to actually happen here? But at least right now, I think we have a window of opportunity, whether it's like a short covering event, you know, a market squeeze event. Maybe we're wrong and this is like actually not going to happen and we actually get a move like this. Like maybe the move just goes, you know, back up and kind of does like another move like this. And you're hitting a new, you know, all-time high on this, right? I don't know. Could definitely be the case. 24K? But you just never know. Like, the way the market is now, it's just really crazy in terms of... I feel like it's going to take a lot for people to be feeling real good on the long term. But I think around 2026, man, I think this cycle's going to be over, whatever we get. Anyway, so that kind of lines up with, what, November 2025? Right on cue. That's just me, but that's what I was looking at for NASDAQ. I mean, I guess we'll find out by look, June. I don't know, man. Like, what if June is like the peak? What if it's like June, July is like the peak of the market, and you know everything's absolutely shredding? Like going into next week, you got to start getting it going, though. You know what I mean? You really got to start going. If you got a 90-day window, 3-month window from this point forward, you're talking May, June, July. You got to get going with a lot of these setups here. And again, I even told you this too, like, you know, it gives you plenty of time to get out of here and at least get you to the channel breakers. 28 bucks. Just so much uncertainty, though. Honestly, it's going to be real tough. I mean, as we get there, we'll see it happen, but like, it's going to take some kind of deal, and that's where it could really turn up. Is like, maybe some deal is reached between the United States, China, everybody, and they figure this thing out. That would be very bullish, obviously, but just cycle-wise, too, I just don't know, man. It's just looking all flipped on its head. Like, right? Like, check out the SPY again, right? So, you already had this move, guys, to the downside. This is like a, what, 611... What did we go down to? 481? What was that, 20%? 611 times 0.20, 122. 611 minus 122. Fuck, man, it's like 22% drop. Did a 22% drop from the top here to here, and like now you're reversing up. Like you had this crazy move down already. Does it really make sense for us to go to a new all-time high and then like crash right after? I mean, what's the news or the event that's gonna be if this is like a repeating 4 to 5 year cycle move? It's like, here's my problem with that. We could be in a rotation where like you're not gonna get the steady meltdown. What if we just repeated COVID like this? And now you're going to get this for the next... Maybe that was it. Maybe this was the reset button. Like for COVID, market just went on a crazy run from March 2020, guys, all the way to... It was like a 2-year run, I should say. So maybe for the next 2 years, we really start going. Before you get a like 30% meltdown, 27% meltdown in the market. So what would that put us at? 2027? And it wouldn't even be a crash, because this wasn't even a crash right here. I mean, I guess this part might have been like, might have felt that way. Happened over like 10 days or something like that. But it was really a slow progression down. And that happened over a year. January 2020 to the bottom. Yeah, it was like 9 months of downside. 9-month bear market right here. You know, so maybe that's the case. Can we get a 2-year? Okay, so if we get 2 years from the COVID bottom, God, that's like 2.5x. 2.5x move from current levels, guys. That'd be fucking nuts. That's like, it's like 800 on the SPY. Like, this is where I get stuck with it. I'm like, 200 to 457. If we repeated this cycle, and now we're gonna actually go on a crazy bull market run, like for the rest of, I don't know. This is nuts. But the same thing happened here, though. All the large caps, mid caps, they all got smacked right here. Then we end up running. What here? Where's January 2021? Right here. So, lines up. Let's look at RBN EY before I go, because I think we're pretty much capped out, guys. What the fuck? What's going on here? RBNEV. RB Nev. Holy shit, I'm bullish. I'm bullish. That looks crazy good. What's happening in a 1 minute? It looks like a machine gun just like shot this thing up. My god. What in the hell are we looking at? Robin Hood energy? What's going on with this Doge coin? Oh, it's getting close. There we go. Getting close. Anyways, I don't know, guys. We'll keep at it. We're looking at Monday, though. Monday looks really good for a true push. Next level push, man. Monday looks so good for all of them. I think next week at minimum could be the week that, like I told you, I wanted a setup candle for AMC Monday. We got that. So that one looks good. But I think for all the technical setups on everything that we're covering, like it would be good to see this week set you up to get you in these channels again. And then maybe the following week be the channel breaker. That'd be perfect to see in a 1-2 punch combo, right? We could just get it this week though, too. I mean, if it could really start happening at any moment. Like the AMC situation is weirder because like there's not much here. Like, look, this traded sideways. And like your only real resistance is like right here, essentially. And that's really technically part of this whole consolidation box. Right over here. So, like with AMC, there's not much to really stop you when that has its impulse move. And like I said, so Monday, like I won't be surprised if GME and AMC start really bussing and you really start seeing huge price action. If not, like I said, I told you before in the beginning of the stream, you're going to get the stair step scenario like from January 2021, or you're going to get the most recent move from a year ago, this candle. But you just got to get out of here. Like imminent levels to break, guys, is pretty much get to the top of this channel and break this box, and then you're golden. I mean, this is only $6, right? Not even. It's $5.56. Well, no. Yeah, about $6 from back here. Like, we get past to $6, like, there's not much here, guys, other than the $12 up here. So it looks good. All right, Rooster. I'm going to end it there, guys. I think we went over everything I wanted to go over. Everything looks good. Next week looks perfect. The setups are there. Technicals are coming back. They're turning around, heading towards bullish price action. That's all we wanted to see this past week. And even though we got some choppy shit going on in here, guys, it looks very, very good. So, guys, I'll see you in another video on Monday. I will do an update video Monday. If there's nothing going on, guys, crazy Tuesday, Wednesday, then, you know, I'm not going to drop a video, but I will post on my channel just some updates, what I'm seeing on the charts. But, you know, if there's any sideways action, there's not much to see. Okay? So I will pretty much run the channel like that from now on. I'll keep the live streams going on Saturday because it's fun hanging out with you guys and getting to talk with you guys. But, yeah, that's pretty much how I'm going to do it because I don't want to keep having you on repeat. It can be exhausting, I think, to keep repeating over and over again, and you're just like seeing price action go 5 cents back and forth. It's just stupid. You know what I mean? Or if, like, you know, or I'll spend minimal time covering the stock in the video, because at this point, like, if AMC comes up and it's like one little green candle up here and it's like 307, I'm like, cool, all right. But like there's nothing really significant about that other than it's holding the trend line. Really simple shit. Nothing really wild, like nothing to ooh and ah about, nothing to go on for 15 minutes in a video about. But I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to like drag it, you know what I mean? But like, say if AMC has something simple, I'll spend like 30 seconds on it. Like, if that's what you guys want, I'm fine doing that. But like, if we get a crazy like bust out like for NIO or one of these ones, we'll talk a little bit more about it, like what's next. But other than that, I don't want to keep boring y'all to death, like, and repeating myself. I feel like I'm in deja vu some days, because this is just how it is in the beginning. When these things are about to bust out, this is how it goes. So just heads up, all right, with that. I will post to the channel though. That's simple for me to just go in there, click and clack some freaking numbers in there for you guys, levels to watch. But like, I ain't gonna waste your time and have you out to watch a whole video of me going over everything all over again. I know people that do that, and it's like, oh my god, this shit's dreadful. And you guys are smart enough, you don't need to be spoon-fed. So that's it, guys. If anybody doesn't have anything else, man, I'm gonna sign off. I appreciate everybody stopping by, hanging out with us today. It's been cool, like I said, just to see how this is all formulated now in front of us, and we're right there, man. Monday looks to be really, really interesting. I mean, you know what I mean? Truth, thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate you, and also, like I said, dropping some things in the chat for us, man, to look at. Definitely come back, man, for the next stream next Saturday for sure. Actually, I know Easter's coming up too, guys, so I'll try to stream. I don't know, I don't even know when the hell. I can't keep my dates together right now. But nonetheless, I think Easter is next week. It's next Sunday. What the hell am I talking about? So Saturday, maybe I'll be good to do something if I'm not anywhere else. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there, I guess. But yeah, like I said, guys, drop a comment down in the stream if there's anything else you guys want me to go over. Like I said, but Monday, shit, man, we're gonna find out Sunday night when this market opens for the nighttime trading, especially with the futures. So it'll give us a nice indication. For at least what the beginning is going to look like. Alrighty, everybody, take care. I'll see you guys in the next video. Appreciate y'all.